Most founders sound exactly like the competition. If you want to be competitive in a crowded market, you can't just be better, you have to be different. I'm your host, Cameron Olds.
And I'm Dallin Merrill, and we're here to talk about how you can avoid being mistaken for your competition, differentiate your brand, and ultimately create a lasting competitive advantage for yourself in the market.
Welcome to Differentiate or Die. This episode of Differentiate or Die is brought to you by MessageOS. And by brought to you by, we mean written by.
If your team describes your product 10 different ways, your product is no longer differentiated. It's confusing, and so are your customers.
MessageOS helps big teams keep every sales deck, social caption, and support reply on message and on brand.
Clear, consistent, differentiated. Every time someone talks about you.
See how it works at protagonistcomms.co.
Cameron, do you know any olive oil brands?
Nope. Oh, I do know one from Brian Johnson. He calls it snake oil.
Oh, what's that?
It's just his. So do you know who Brian Johnson is? The guy that's trying to live forever. So he's like the super rich guy, and he's into longevity, like living forever, or like dramatically extending one's lifetime. But so he's all about health things and all that stuff. And one of the things he does is he like takes 2 shots of really high quality virgin olive oil a day because he says its health benefits are crazy. So I do know one. Weirdly enough, I know one olive oil brand.
That's kind of cool. So there's one that's kind of sweeped. It kind of came in and I think is a really interesting comparison here for us. And I think we'll learn a thing or two. So the 2 companies we're going to talk about today are Graza and Brightland. Have you heard of either of those?
Maybe. My mom is kind of she wishes she was born in Europe, and so she has like European olive oil in her kitchen all the time. So I might recognize. I know the bottle in my head that she has. So if it's the same one, I'll recognize the bottle. But I've not heard of these before.
Okay. Well, let's take a look first at Graza. I think it's a really, really cool company, honestly. But let's see if they message
Yep, that's the one.
well.
That's what she's got.
It is?
Yep.
Oh, that's funny. So I hope that on their website, we are going to go through their website, and I hope we find their differentiated value because I think it was really cool. So at the very beginning, it says olive oil versus avocado oil. Your questions answered. Read on to learn about 2 of the most popular cooking fats on the market, what differentiates them, and why knowing where your oil is coming from is so important.
Okay.
What do you think?
I mean, I already love it because they're positioning themselves as an alternative to, unless they sell avocado oil themselves. So maybe it's not positioning against a competitor, but they're just contrasting 2 products they have, in which case that's less interesting to me, but it's still, I dig it. I know. I mean, it's clear. I know I'm getting oils, and graza I'm sure means fat in Italian. So this is great.
Yeah. Okay. Let's scroll down and see how they do. And to be clear, most people aren't coming here to actually buy it. They normally go to the store and buy it, but they could. But it's cool that they're educating people here too.
Is this their homepage?
I mean, I think this is their homepage. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I've never seen that before. They like go right in. They use the hero as education. Like it's literally, they're like using all their hero real estate as a Q&A. I've never seen that before. That's cool.
It feels like avocado oil options have skyrocketed onto grocery shelves in the past couple of years. From what began as a few bottles here and there, now take up entire selections at the grocery store. So you're probably wondering what's the deal with this cooking fat newcomer? Which oil should I use in my cooking, and how does one juice an avocado?
Yeah, how does one juice an avocado?
And it just tells the difference. There's a lot of words here. And then there's a store at the bottom. But okay. Maybe not as crazy as I thought. Okay, I thought this was their main page. Let me click on this. I'm totally wrong, Cameron. That was not their main page. Holy cow. Oh, now I feel dumb.
I love it.
Olive oil so fresh you can taste it. All right,
Right?
this is much worse.
Fresh is best. Okay, here we are with the fresh stuff.
Yeah, our olives are picked from really big field, then bottled and shipped directly to your door. Happy olives, happy oil. So now it's kind of just going that they're a fresh olive oil.
Yeah, I mean, it kind of talks about like, is a really big field advantageous and different to the quality of olive oil? Because that could be interesting if that's the
Yeah,
case.
olive oil the way it should be. Okay. Wow. Okay, this was a serious fail on my part. However, here's why I think they're still differentiated. Although they say it nowhere here. They don't
Right.
say it at all. That really, really, really makes me sad. But I mean, what makes them different and how they even came into the market was this picture here. All of these pictures. Their bottles are
Yeah.
drip bottles that you just squeeze them and the cooking oil comes out. Like that
Right.
was their differentiated product.
It's like the siracha
Um,
top where you just, it's
yes.
like the squeeze. Yeah.
Yes, exactly. Nobody had done that before. No
Really?
other, and this is how they started. Like this was exactly how they started. Was the squeeze olive oil. They just literally the olive oil is probably the exact same. It's not. I mean, supposedly they say they have continued because of their freshness or their higher quality olive oils, I guess. Um, So maybe it's like, yeah, it also has to be good olive oil that people continue to buy it. But also their competitive moat was their squeeze on bottles.
The top.
But
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, this brings me to a question for you, Cameron. Is a Trojan horse, or, this is how they got into the market, is that differentiation good enough?
I think, well, I will say yes, because I think they used it as a wedge. And we love wedges here.
Hmm.
So, like, we talked about wedges with, like,
We do, yeah.
Agree.com using free e-signature to get into the market, but, like, they really weren't a free e-signature. They were, a payment processing company, but they
Yeah.
didn't wanna go head to head with, like, Stripe and Square and all these guys and that were, like, big players. So they took a different route and went free e-signature, and they pretended to compete with DocuSign, but really they just, like, wanted a whole bunch of people to come on and use payment processing. Um, and there was another
Yeah.
one. There have been some other ones recently that use the wedge. But I would say no. I think if it's true that their differentiator, which I would say is a differentiated product, is this nozzle, the sriracha twist nozzle that they have. I'd say that's a brilliant move. I don't think it's a long-term competitive advantage, because someone could easily manufacture the same lid in China for their olive oil.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I mean, clearly it worked, because clearly I think they've got a lot of market share just from that top. And I think the whole
Yeah.
point of a differentiated product is to capture market share in an easier way and in more quickly than your competitors do, right? So I'd say yeah, 100%.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I mean, let's hop over to Brightland. We see completely
Oh, I've had these in my dude.
different look
I
here.
literally have these in my pantry right now, dude.
No way.
I do. Yeah, my mom got. Funny enough, my mom got them for me for Christmas.
Oh
You
my
made this
gosh.
episode for my
That's
family, dude.
so funny. I did.
That's
I
funny.
did, Cameron. I made this for your family. Brightland supposedly is a higher quality um olive oil than Graza as well. Like it's, I don't know,
Really,
probably triple the price. Yeah.
really.
Yeah. Um, so that's Brightland for you. But take a look down below.
Oh,
What
they
do you
have the top now.
notice? They have the
They have the same
top.
sriracha top.
Yes. So that leads me to another question, Cameron. Does Graza's messaging have to change now that others have copied their Trojan horse, their competitive wedge?
Oh, I don't know. Yeah, good question, dude. I feel like we've contemplated this question before with bigger companies like Pampers or Huggies. I think we did an episode on them. But it's like once you're so big, and I'm not saying that Graza is like huge. I don't know how much market share they have. I'd imagine, I mean, like you're in Walmart and you're leveraging retail as your sales channel. Like that's a huge, you probably have to be pretty big in order to get there. So I imagine they have quite a bit. But like, what do you do when you're big? You know, like Harry's
Yeah.
Harry's had a competitive wedge. It was or Dollar Shave Club too. Like it was the direct to consumer model. They were the first to do
Yeah.
it, and then they got huge, and now they're in Walmart. So they kind of abandoned their original differentiator. So I think that's the natural evolution of products in companies is you find a wedge, you use it to get into the market, and then you grow really quickly and expansively, and then you're the big fish in the pond, and the game has changed for you. Maybe it's less about differentiation and more about something else that I have no idea. So I don't know. What do you think? Is that
Yeah.
on par with what we've thought
I,
before?
I, yes, I would say Graza's not there yet. Right.
Right. Okay.
I think that Graza is not to the point where they can stop messaging this. This
Right.
is really easy product differentiation to copy, but people
Right.
still aren't doing it that much. Like
Right.
you look at the grocery shelf, I promise you will not see this. Brightland with a nozzle, it's probably not there.
Yeah.
Um,
No, I haven't.
but you will see Grazas, right? You'll see it there. And it'll
Yeah.
be the only one. So they have to keep messaging that, and I feel like they've stopped.
I
And I
wonder
think
if
that's a big shame because that could be some really clear messaging of like, are you tired of having to, having your hands full? And like they could have some really good ads on TV or something that shows someone cooking and, you know, instead of needing two hands, you just have the one hand to be able to, do your olive oil with.
Right.
So I think that's a missed opportunity that they've stopped messaging their competitive mode.
No, yeah, I'd agree, especially if they're not big enough yet. And it's a super simple thing to message. I mean, you don't even you just have to make sure it's there. Like you just have to communicate the feature in
Yeah.
some way. I almost wonder
Yeah.
because you pointed out that you're not going to see Brightland at Walmart. I almost wonder they if Graza got big enough where they could get into retail and they have a differentiated sales channel compared to Brightland in retail. Maybe Brightland's not big enough to get in, and so Graza still has some type of leverage via sales channel, perhaps. I don't know. That was interesting to me that I've never seen these before. Also, like Brightland, like you can see here in the heroes section, like they have 4 different bottles, and I know from my own experience, what's sitting in my pantry is like they have different flavors infused with the olive oil too. And so they kind of
Mm.
infused a whole bunch of like they have spicy ones. I mean, we could probably look at what some of the flavors are, but they go
Yeah, let's
beyond
take a
just
look.
like traditional
Citrus,
the citrus flavored olive oil. They have spring flavored duo. Um, yeah, they have a whole bunch of different flavors. So
chili,
that could be a
garlic,
different
lemon,
thing.
basil.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's cool. If you scroll down, let's see if they have any messaging. You cannot go wrong with Brightland. 100% cold pressed, early harvest, pure call of California olive oil crafted for exceptional flavor that brightens every bite. I created Brightland to bring intention, quality, and beautiful design to the kitchen staples we reach for every day. That was from the founder. And below that, Brightland's olive oils make great gifts for cooks and anyone else who loves to entertain. I don't know, not great messaging. Let's see how consistent they are. Um, 100% cold pressed, early harvest olive oil, vinegars, and more. Okay. Crafted
Chill.
to brighten every bite. Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's pretty
That's
good.
consistent.
And their TikTok says sumo citrus flavored olive oil is here, small batch, seasonal drop while it lasts. Okay, not that consistent, but ugh. And let's take a look at Grazas as well while we're on it. Crazy fresh olive oil and some other fun stuff.
Huh.
Not
Nice.
good.
No.
And then this one, there you can't see it, but their TikTok says the freshest olive oil you'll ever have. So they're talking about freshest again. I really hate that.
Yeah, fresh will always be. Maybe people do love it, and we're the weird ones, and it has to be there. But I'm just kind of like, just people assume it's fresh. Yeah, I mean, is it time to pass judgment?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, so I'm gonna go with, I would say that Graza is differentiated, so I'd give him a star. If not because of the cap, because clearly they're not. I think they are differentiated because they're in retail, with the cap. So they might be the only olive oil in retail with that easy squeeze sriracha cap. So that I think gives them some type of leverage. I don't think they communicate it clearly or consistency, so they get 1 star from me. I think
Agreed.
Brightland is differentiated with the different flavors of olive oils, but they don't communicate that clearly or consistently, so they get 1 star from me as well. Both are differentiated, but neither are clear or consistent about it.
Love it. Yeah, I'm with that. It's kind of sad, but I was hoping for more. It's just easy wins, guys. That's the moral of the story here. There are such easy wins. And so take them. When you've differentiated your product, when you've differentiated your sales channel, communicate that clearly to your audience. If you need help with that, hit us up at protagonistcomms.co. We'll take you through our workshops, and we'll make sure that you don't make any of these dumb mistakes. We'll see you there.